Ask them that about
my ascension is through the roof. I peaked interest.
That's what I specialize in.
Here's where you about to be sorry, bro.
I've been the best! I've been the best! Hurry!
Where's my man? Battle Rap Fiend, get on this shit.
Fiends. Hey, so we back with another the reenactment. Shouts out to the fiends that helped the kid come up with this name here. So I decided to go ahead and do one that's got a little bit more detail, you know, than the other ones here. The other ones were detailed, but not as detailed as this one is. You know, obviously, you know, going into this with the John joint. What I was, you know, doing here is he was battling. I think this was Summer Madness. I think it was Summer Madness. I'm not sure. I know he was facing not John, but Ill Will. So I think it was Summer Madness, if I'm not mistaken. And so I was doing, you know, just trying to get y'all excited for, you know, John versus Ill Will right here. So, you know, I wound up, you know, doing this here. Now, my intention wasn't to do, you know, part 2 and 3 or do the whole segment. I was just trying to do, you know, just one of them here, but y'all were asking, you know, for the second and third part, so I wound up doing the whole segment. But you know, let's you know, prior to me getting into it, you know, I kind of want to go ahead and tell you guys about the whole fitted with the John joint here. So as you already know, I have the baby carrier that I'm rocking here. So I was thinking to myself, how am I going to go ahead and put this together? Because John's got a whole, you know, a whole bulletproof vest and everything like that. And it's like, I ain't got a bulletproof vest. So how am I going to come up with something like this here to go ahead and kind of like, you know, bring it to life? And I was like, well, I went to sleep and I was like, oh, that's right. I got my son's old baby carrier here. So let me go ahead and put this joint together. I already got a black tee, some black pants, and, you know, the smack glasses right there and the hat. So I'm Gucci. So we about to go ahead and get into it real brief. This is a lot of detail, so just stick with me.
No more chains is something we gotta deal with. No matter.
So gotta stop it right there. And so one, for whatever reason, this lag is killing me right here. But with this here, I actually kind of I went back and forth with this, I think about 2-3 times, because like with this particular one, it's extremely, like, I had to get everything down was like to seconds, like sometimes milliseconds, but really on seconds here. I was really focused on time here. So from the point to where he's looking to the crowd with his you know, with the whole what's it called, his towel wiping his face. I had to make sure I wiped my face correctly, and turn to you know, talking to Jakkboy the whole time. So I think I did this about 2-3 times just to kind of go ahead and get it right.
How many pictures you post with random jewelers? We know you can't afford any real shit. Surprised you ain't wear that shit today. Make me truly proud. Fuck it. I went and got one too.
So with this part right here, with the chain, so I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, okay, how am I going to go ahead and bring this whole chain to life? Because the chain is one of the main segments of this entire thing right here. So I was like, I don't have, like, I don't have a black whale chain. And I was like, well, man, like, I don't have I was like, my daughter had like a little heart chain that she had that was like, you know, a little pink. It was like a little toy, whatever the case is. And I was looking for that and I couldn't find it. So I was like, damn, man, I don't have this. What else can I use? And I was looking for something else. I couldn't find it. But then I saw, you know, this little chain that was just hanging right there. And I was like, all right, bet. Let me go ahead and do this. And I was like, the way John got his chain, I couldn't just, you know, place it, you know, kind of go into the side and grab it out, because that wouldn't have made sense, because he went on ahead and opened up the vest and then had the chain in there and grabbed it. So I was like, let me go ahead and grab it out like he grabs it.
Yes, I'm a goonie now.
No, bro. So, Pete, I did this a couple times because when I was pulling the chain out, I didn't like the way I was pulling it out. And remember, when I'm doing these, I'm so detailed with it. So when I'm pulling this chain out, I have to make sure that I'm on track with how John is doing it. So the way I had this all set up is so what I do is I'll put the actual video and I'll like kind of do like a side by side in a way. So I'll go ahead and, you know, I'll look at it, see exactly what the time is as far as how long it takes for him to take it out. So if he, for instance, like if he takes if he digs in his pocket to get the chain at like, you know, 28 seconds, I got to make sure I get it in there at 28 seconds and then bring it out exactly at like 29 or something like that. So if it's fast or slow, I have to make sure I'm on track with that right there. And so, and on top of that, I was like, well, I got this regular chain. How am I going to bring this to life with Black Wealth? I was like, I can't just use a chain in itself because that doesn't make any sense right there. I just got a regular chain on the ground, you know, that I'm holding up. That's not it. So I was like, you know what? I found a receipt that was like on the table right there. So I was like, you know what? Let me take this Fry's receipt. Let me go ahead and put this in the back, you know, wrap it in the back right here. I got some tape. Let me just go ahead and write Black Wealth on it right here. So fam, so I had to make sure. So remember, like I said, everything is so second based with this right here. This is extremely detailed. This is the most detailed one I've ever done thus far. So knowing that rock comes out at a certain time frame, I was like, okay, so I'm done holding the chain. So now I got to make sure I got rock coming out at the right time. And rock he burst out through there and he grabs the chain. So I was like, okay, let me make sure I get it at the right time here. And then I think I busted out doing rock like 4 or 5 times because when I was coming out, I didn't like the way it was. So I was like, I had to make sure I got that bad boy down. Okay, right here. So I almost didn't add twerk in here because I was like, you know, I thought it was like a little bit too much, you know, like I wouldn't have enough time to put it in there. But I was like, you know what, for authenticity, it wouldn't make any sense if I didn't add him in there. So I was like, you know what, man, let me go ahead and let me put twerk in. He's already wearing all black and everything like that. All I need is, you know, like a cigarette. So obviously I don't smoke cigarettes, but I was like, I got an L. Let me go ahead and get this L and I'll be good right here and then try to go ahead and reach for it. Yo. So I was like, and this is another, these 3 characters right here. So going from rock to twerk to smack, these, like, it's all within like a couple, like, seconds, man, like just a couple seconds in between itself. So it's like, just notice like on the time here, like like it's like 1, 2, 3 type deal right here. So I got to make sure I get, you know, John down in there, trying to block twerk from you know, getting to it, and then adding smack in there to push twerk back. Like, hey man, let him rock. So after it, like, and I would say like that whole part, I took like, I think maybe 3-4 times on each person I did that with, because when I do it, like especially with the twerk situation, I tried to grab that, and I think I did that like I said, you know, 4 or 5 times just to make sure I had it down correctly. And then you know, with the rock part, because obviously when I'm smack, I don't have to do too much because I got my back faced to y'all, so it's like I'm just kind of pushing twerk. But with rock, I went on ahead and I had to make sure I had his body language correct. as to how I went on ahead and pumped that and got him down. So I think I went on ahead and did rock maybe 6 times to make sure I had it correctly, because when I set this timer, I got to go all the way back and make sure I hit every single note right there as far as, you know, his body language. So it's me, bro. So right here, I was going to end it, right? I was going to end it like I said in the beginning. I was going to end it, the whole situation. But when I posted it, everybody was asking me, like y'all was saying, you know, hey man, we need part 2. We need part 2 right here. We need part 2. So I was like, all right, well, let me go ahead and do this part 2 here. It's like, I've seen this battle, I don't know how many times. And it's like, I already did, like, I kind of did this first part before that got put on Smack. But it wasn't even as close to being this detailed like it is, you know, right now. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and do this other one. And that first one that I did, I probably spent like an hour and a half on. And this one I got a little bit, I had, you know, to be a little bit more detailed in. And I'll start explaining to y'all how I went on ahead and got into this next one. This makes me mad. So just to let y'all know on how my mind works and what makes me mad. So I'm holding, you know, in the previous video, I'm holding the chain in my left hand, right? Notice I'm holding the chain in my right hand. I would be the only person to really notice this. I know y'all wouldn't notice it, but I'm pointing it out because that's making me mad right now. That I should have kept it in my left hand, but it is what it is right here. So I did this part because you know, like I said, I already knew the words and everything. I just had to get his body language and the way he presents it and where he's performing it. So it's like I got to make sure I do, you know, I'm kind of bowing down and then pointing to it, and then, you know, the whole nine with the towel and everything like that. So it's like I'm trying to get everything down pat before I even move forward. And so it's like, after I got that down, I think I did that once again like 4 or 5 times. I had to make sure I was looking at the chain properly. So now you'll notice the way I'm looking at this chain to make sure I have this down right too. You see, like the way I think I did that chain part maybe 3 times right there, because when I'm holding it, I have to, like how John John has it, you know, he's looking at it in disgust and everything like that. So I got to make sure I'm looking at it the exact same way this man is looking at it, so it can be, you know, presented to y'all you know, exactly how y'all have seen it in real life right here. So I had to make sure I was looking at it and kind of like bouncing it a little bit, like he was bouncing it as well. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and pay attention to that. So let me kind of bounce the chain a little bit and look at it, and so I can go ahead and have y'all, you know, just kind of paint the picture a little bit better.
Should have got hitched. Now watch this. Now watch this. Can't be broke.
So you gotta, now that's another thing. Like when you like, I try to get like little subtlety. So like the look into the crowd, when he said that right there, I had to look to the crowd because that's what John was doing. So it's like these little things is what I focus on. I focus on the small little details.
All right, well, let's take this guy to school. I said pay attention. You see me dropping jewels?
So right here, so after I dropped it, I think I did that part like 6-7 times, because I kept kind of getting I would say like maybe the chain, like the way I was dropping the chain, I didn't feel like I was doing it properly. It just didn't feel right. So it's like how I do these things, like I go based off of feel. I go off of feel, and also on how it's actually, you know, performed in real life there. So if I actually, like, for instance, if I drop the chain and it's not done within the right time, like I think it was like maybe he dropped it, you know, it was within like a second right there, you know, pay attention. And it's like, I got to look at the chain. And then I said, pay attention. You see me dropping jewels. It's not. And then I think I had to wipe my face a little bit and then look to the crowd. And then adding DNA, I was like, okay, well, DNA, he's wearing like kind of like a jersey type deal. But it's like, I don't have like one of those little shirt jerseys. So let me just flip this shirt inside out. Or not inside out, but backwards on what I had Tay-Rock on, because he was wearing blue too. So I was like, let me go ahead and flip it backwards to be DNA. And I had to, like, I'm grabbing air, pulling him back, and I think I pulled did DNA like 3 times just to make sure I had it correctly and whatnot. And then let me see. And then he was also beating on his chest. He was, you know, beating John's chest there. So I was like, I had to use my own hand and do it to the side to make sure that that was the case right there. So mad, so mad. I realized this was Loso later on, and I didn't even, you know, like I messed up on this whole situation. So, you know, Loso, if you see this, brother, I apologize, but a brother wasn't in his right mind. I'm in make mode right here. So, you know, I completely just messed up your name, bro. My fault. But even to add to this, it's like I did this part just looking at the camera and then looking and trying to pick it up and to see like, hey man, do you want it back? No, let me put it back down. I think I did this maybe 6 times because once again, I was going off of feel and it didn't feel right. So after I had everybody backed up and I broke out the phone, like I said, I did that like 6 times because I didn't like the way it felt right there. And I'm so focused on like y'all paying attention to like little details here and like, yo, like he's not doing it correctly or something like that. That's just the way I be feeling. So it's like Loso's over here backing everybody up. He breaks the phone out at a certain time. It's like, and once again, everything's like all second based right here. So it's like I had to make sure I had it down to like the millisecond of him taking the phone out and then posting it right, then, you know, putting the phone right there. So it's like after he did that, I could have just let it rock, but it's like, nah, let me not do that. John kind of walks by a little bit, so I have to add John to go ahead and do that little small walk. I think that was like within a millisecond too, right there. And then I had to add Smack, so I was like, Smack's right there. He's over here just enjoying the whole moment, looking down on it like, yo, like this is easy, you know, he's wilding out. So it's like I had to make sure I added Smack in there, have his little grin and everything. And then just look down on the ground. So it's like a lot of like I said, man, everything is so detailed down to the millisecond with these things. I'm like playing, I don't know how many people here. So it's like, I got to make sure everything is down correctly. Loso there. So I was going to just be like, you know what, forget it. Let me not even go ahead and add this part in there. But I was like, my mindset, how I do these things, man, it's like, you know what, I got to make sure this thing is close to real life as possible. So let me put this black wealth chain on the floor. And I got one of my old phones. Let me act like I'm going in and taking the picture, and then give the middle finger, because that's exactly how they did it in the actual you know, the actual scene right there with the bar. So I was like, let me go ahead and actually put that in there. And that just I was like, that's gonna be some extra sauce right there. I felt like this was gonna make it super authentic to where it's like it's no denying, like this is exactly how, you know, the actual battle went right here. So I think I did the whole Jakkboy part down. I did that like twice, or not the Jakkboy part, but the chain part. I think I did it like twice right there as far as doing the middle finger, because like the camera angle wasn't right and whatnot. So it's like, once again, everything is like angle and millisecond based right here, because there's like so many moving parts within this one particular video right here. I got to make sure I got them like all down pat. And this took a little bit longer. I think this almost went on 2 hours of time right here, because like I didn't do a second part to this before. I only did like the first part and whatnot before. So it's like, it didn't really, you know, it didn't really look right here. So I had to make sure I got that down. And then I realized they kind of panned to Jakkboy. You know, he's over here leaning on Twerk, and like, man, this isn't looking too good right now. And so once again, once I posted this, like everybody's like, nah, man, we need part 3. We need part 3. So I was like, well, looks like I got to go ahead and do part 3 now. So with Rock, bro, this to start it off, I think I did Rock's part right here at least about 6 times. They did like 6 times. My fault, little man was over there messing with me. So they did it like 6 times to make sure I had, like, you know, because when I'm doing it, I got to make sure I'm projecting it, because Rock is super hyped right now, and he's, you know, go brother, go. The heck is they playing with? Go. So it's like I gotta make sure I'm doing that, and then his body language and everything like that, the whole 9. So I gotta make sure I get this down, at least this one particular part, and make sure I got it down properly. So I think it did like 6 times before I had to, you know, keep going right there. So right there, when John was like, I'm not done, I had to make sure, I was like, okay, what is John doing? He with the what's it called? The towel that he had. He wiped his nose. So I was like, okay, cool. So since he's wiping his nose, let me go ahead and make sure I'm wiping my nose. It's like, I'll be thinking, once again, I'll be thinking like, y'all will see these types of things and like, oh man, he didn't wipe his nose or something like that. And this is just how I'm thinking, because I got to make sure I'm as detailed as possible to make this as true to life and put it on cam for y'all. So it's like, once he did that, I was like, okay, cool. I think I did that maybe 3 times. So I was like, bet, now I got to go ahead and add Smack. And Smack is already cheesing like, man, he's loving this. He's like a proud father. So I got him looking to the side. And I don't know if y'all realize that, because like when Rock said go, I had to pan to what's it called, to John. So that was like a millisecond too, because I added the go for Tay-Rock, and then they cut to you know, to John with like that little tiny like millisecond right there, man. Put John in there, then put Tay-Rock right back in there. So it's like, it's once again, like I'm saying, everything is so detailed down to the millisecond with this particular video right here. And I probably did Tay-Rock like 3, no, I would say that whole, like, just that whole part, man, going back and forth, because it's like, I had to make sure, you know, once again, like, I do the Tay-Rock, the go, then I got to change to John. So I got to make sure I'm facing the right way to go ahead and get that one particular millisecond down, then I can cut to Tay-Rock. And it's like, I got to change a whole clothes right here, G. So I'm changing a whole bunch of clothes to go ahead and just to get this down right here. So it's like, okay, cool. Now that I got that down, got this John little millisecond part down, got this Tay-Rock, cool. Let me go back to John. And it's like a lot of people like after John was like, you not amused, he was looking at Jakkboy. Jakkboy's like, not at all. Obviously we can't hear him, but we see his mouth moving. So it's like, I almost didn't put that in there, but I was like, nah, G, like, once again, I gotta be true to life. I gotta put Jakkboy in here because we can see his soul leaving his body right now. It's already beginning to ascend to the sky, little by little. Right there. So it's like, y'all can hear me, right? I had to put my hand up because that's what John was doing. And then he wiped his nose again. So it's like, I had to make sure those little subtle details, man, to come to shape, I guess you could say shapeshift, be the battle rap Shang Shun to be John right here. So I was like, I gotta put my hand up, wipe my nose, and be like, you not amused? Oh man, after I said that, like, man, I swear to God, Jakkboy was just looking, he was just looking bad, bro. Just so I was like, let me make sure I get Jakkboy's reaction down right now, because he's in bad shape right now, super bad shape.
Matter of fact, you want your chain back, Jack? You don't get it.
So throwing the chain part, I did this maybe like 7-8 times, because when I was throwing it, I didn't like the way I was tossing it right there, because it's like, one, I was thinking about doing it like directly to the camera, and then another one I was thinking like, well, doing it to the left or doing it to the right, or just somehow in some way. I was trying to figure out the best way to go ahead and kind of like get that chain out to where y'all know, I'm actually tossing it and everything like that. So I was like, I settled on, throwing, tossing it, but then, kind of coming out of the camera picture for a little bit. So I had to do that like 7-8 times, because I didn't like the way it looked or it felt to go ahead and do it. And then there we go with John, not John, DNA again. Him grabbing John and bringing him back, and then also again patting his chest right there. Now this little part right here with Tay-Rock, well, I'm gonna show y'all how extremely detailed I am with this stuff here. So right there with him sticking him in his chest, right? I noticed like I had to pay attention and listen to like the little how many times he stuck him, because it's like I don't want to stick him and it go like so many times and it did not add up to how he's actually doing it. So I was like, okay, cool. Tay-Rock hit him about a good solid three times right there, because I was listening to the beat. So it was like boom, 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 and I was like, cool. So I got that down. Once I went on ahead and got that stick down, then I was like, all right, now I need to go ahead and turn into getting this water bottle. I got mad water at the crib, so let me go ahead and get this water bottle real fast. And I was like, okay, cool. I went on ahead and tossed the water bottle. I must have did that part, man, like 10-15 times, because it's like I had to listen to, like I said, I had to listen to the beats of getting stuck on Tay-Rock, sticking him in his chest, man. So I was like, if I don't get this beat down on how many times he's hitting him in his chest, it's not going to come out right. It just will not come out right. It'll probably come out, to y'all, to the masses, it'll look good. But me personally, if I don't get him sticking him in his chest correctly, it's just not going to look right. So I was like, let me make sure I have this down. So I did that like 10-15 times. So I was like, cool, let me get it down. And then after that, I was like, I just tossed this water bottle and then just go super crazy right there, and then have, Smack go ahead and kind of push him back again, and because Tay-Rock was wilding out right there. Right here, I was like, okay, cool. Now I got Smack. I put Smack in there. Now I got to make sure I bring John back in slowly, just to go ahead and look to the crowd. I think I added John in there maybe like 3-4 times, because once again, it was down to like little tiny seconds right there to insert John to go ahead and kind of, make this whole scene perfected right here. So this last part with Jakkboy, I was thinking like, okay, I already got like a little effect to have his soul ascend to the sky. I was like, well, what's the best way I can kind of like levitate? So I was like, let me go ahead and grab this chair that I have. So I kind of stood on the chair a little bit, and I don't know if y'all can see, but like I'm slowly like kind of like raising myself up to come out of the picture, so y'all don't see, y'all don't see my face, and you're just starting to see my body just go up a little bit more. And I think I did this maybe 5 times, because once again, I didn't like the way it was looking, and I was like, man, like this low-key just doesn't look right. I almost didn't grab the chair, and I almost kind of like just like figured out maybe just jump in the air or something like that, but I was like, if I jump in the air, that's gonna look stupid right there. So let me just actually settle on this chair and like slowly raise myself up right here. So yeah, man, like this whole thing right here, as far as how long this took, it took probably upwards of like 6 hours to get like just from part 1 to 3 all the way down. Once again, like I said, I would say, probably, part 3, it didn't take too long because it was part 3. Like it was just the face of getting your soul lifted. That made it to Smack, not the first part. My fault. So the third, like the last part, getting, you know, that made it to Smack on his page, his URL page right there. So that wasn't as difficult, but just adding the little subtle details to it made it more difficult. But the first and second part, I had to make sure I had all that down, you know, just down pat to like the millisecond, so I can bring it to y'all and it could be as lifelike and true to life as possible right there. So yeah, this was upwards of like to 6 hours right here, bro, just to make this whole scene right here. So yeah, man, like looking back at it, it's low key crazy. Like this is probably one of my most proud, you know, one of the things I'm really proud of as far as this whole, you know, scene right here, because I put a lot of thought, time, and effort into it. So, you know, I'm just glad y'all like it right here and y'all really mess with it, because this took a lot of time and a lot of, you know, thought process and effort to even put this together. So, you know, figured I'd just bring this little reenactment to y'all here. You know, if y'all want to see another one, you know, let me know in the comments right there as far as which one y'all want me to do. You know, obviously I got a plethora of them to choose from, so, you know, y'all just let me know. But this is what it is here. This has been another segment of the reenactment. I think this is episode 4 or 5, so we're gonna keep it going, but just let me know which one y'all want to see next in the comments below. I'll holler at y'all. Battle Rap Fiend on the checkout. Peace.